Hi guys. Sorry, I am late. I spent the whole day doing administrative tasks for my business, and I swear it just never fails. At the end of the day, I get calls to do work. So it's like, oh crap. So that's what happened. But I'm here now. Hopefully you guys can hear me and see me. I need to share my screen because tonight I'm supposed to be showing you guys how to fill out the journal tonight. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys a little time to get on. Happy Wednesday. For those of you who are joining for the first time, my name is Burjo Elise Fully Love, and I am the proud owner of the Notary Education Group Academy. All right. So every Wednesday we get together and we pretty much talk about notary and business related issues and tips and tricks of the trade. Okay. So tonight's tip is going to be how to fill out this journal. Now, there are different types of journals. I use an electronic journal, eJurat ink journal, I think is what it's called. Um, I do pay a monthly subscription. They did increase the cost of the app, which is, to be expected. You got more people using it, you got more storage being taken up. So yeah, I hope that they don't increase the price again next year though, because I might end up having to transition over to a paper journal again, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm all about making sure that I keep my expenses to a minimum. Okay, you don't want to have too many expenses because then that decreases how much you can pay yourself. And we don't want that, right? So let me see if I can turn on this document viewer that I have. Hold on a second. Gotta find it. Okay, I'm gonna move the screen over so I can see. Okay. It opens up over here. Stuff over here. Want to move it? Just have to stretch the screen like this. Okay. Do it like that. All right. So let's try to move this over a little bit because you guys are looking at my floor right now. Somebody want to see that. Okay, zoom in some here. We have to zoom in a little bit more. All right. To share my screen. Mm, what on earth? Oh gosh. What am I doing? I don't know. Oh, here we go. Oh gosh, I don't know where the page went. Let's see. Why is this doing this? I don't know. It's just drawing all over the page. It's definitely not what I was trying to do. So let's delete that. Okay. Hoping you guys can hear me. I'm gonna open up YouTube on my phone so I can make sure you guys can hear me this time. Okay. Testing, testing. Hello, hello. Testing, testing. Hello, hello. Testing, testing. Hello. All right. Good. You guys can hear me. Testing. All right, good. Y'all can hear me. Let's see if I can stop sharing. What is going on? This is annoying me. What's this? Pen settings. I don't want pen. I'm going to close that window. I'm going to remove that window. Stop screen. Go back. Share my screen. Okay. All right, y'all can see it. So what I'm going to do is I do not have an ID, all right? But I do have a signer's information here. So I'm going to use that information for my ID. Trying to wait until I see some more people jump on here. See if I can switch it to where it's like that. Okay. I know you guys can hear my cat down there. I don't know why she freaks out when we come upstairs. She's like, I don't know. All right. If you guys can at least let me know that you hear me, that will be awesome because I don't want to do this whole video again and it is muted. I think it was muted because I did not add myself to the screen. I only added my document camera, so, or document viewer, I think is what it might be called. Then I have my other cat staring at me like, I want to get on your lap. No, you're not getting on my lap. Nope. No. So today has been an interesting day. I was doing administrative tasks because So you guys know I'm full-time now, right? And so I have to record my mileage. But what I was doing was I was recording my mileage as an expense. So it was showing that my expenses were extremely high. But what I needed to do is I need my expenses to be a true depiction of what I'm actually spending. So I end up having to make a separate report for my mileage and not add it to my expenses because at the end of the year, when you go to file taxes, they're only going to want to know how many miles you drove, not how much money you spent driving. That's what the fuel expense is for. So, in doing that, I am now going to be able to have a true picture of what my actual expenses are. So, yeah, I wish someone would be able to tell me if they can hear me. Like I said, I don't want to get started and then let's see. Let's see if I can. Okay. All right, let's see if this works better. Testing, testing, one, two, three. If you can hear me and see me, please let me know in the comments. Tonight is our weekly, what do we call it? Wisdom Wednesday Notary Nuggets. And tonight I'm supposed to be showing you guys how to fill out a journal entry using the modern Journal of Notarial Events. So, like I said, I hope you guys can hear me. I'm just going to go ahead and get started because I'm tired. Okay. So, I'm going to use the signer information that is on the document as ID. All right. Let me see here. Try to zoom in as much as I can so you guys can see. So here, let me see if my pencil. Okay. Oh, okay, there we go. So here it says that my signer's name is Richard William Rogers, and his location is 8624 Oak Lawn Avenue, Modesto, California, 95355. Right? So here is our journal. Okay. On the left side, when you open it up, you have the basic information here, the dates and fees. You also have a description of documents. Then you have additional information. Then next you have the signer's name and address, the method of identification used, signature and thumbprint. All right. So since the signer name and address is over on this page, we're going to fill this information out for him. I did this already for the previous video I did, so we're going to just start here. So we have Richard William Rogers, and his address is 8624 Oak Lawn Avenue, Modesto, California, and 95355. All right, that's his address. Next, we're going to put how we ID'd him, right? So he did give us satisfaction evidence of identification. So I'm going to check that box. And he gave me his driver's license. So we're just going to put the issuer, which is California, and then we're going to put the ID number. All right. Then we're going to put the issue date. And we're going to put the expiration. All right. I am live, Reggie. Can you hear me? All right, so next we're going to have him, we're not going to have him sign yet. I like to go ahead and start going through the documents, right? So, and I don't know why the journal is kind of backwards. So now all the way over here, we got the date. So we're going to put today's date and the time. You could do military time so that you don't have to write AM and PM, or you can put the time and put AM or PM. I'm not going to put that. I'm going to use military time. So it is 21:09. All right. Then the date on the document is going to be today's date. And the fees, I don't know. And now we're going to go through the document. Okay. So I'm using the, let me scroll out some. Using the refinance sample from the NNA. All right. So first we have the closing disclosure. Okay. Remember, we're only going to be recording documents in the journal that we're actually going to notarize. The closing disclosure is not one of them. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys. So I have these printed front and back. All right. We have notice of right to cancel here. We have the note. Okay. The note is another document that we're not going to be notarizing. So front, back, front, back. They're signing, and they even have initial lines here. So you want to make sure to pay attention to that. Okay. So every page, front, back, front, back. All right. So I'm just going to keep going here. All right. Next, we have our deed of trust. We are notarizing the deed of trust. All right. So you go through that, have them sign, and then there are witness lines too. For this type of journal, when you have witnesses, you're going to add them here. All right. So we can say witness 1, address, witness 2, address, ID, driver's license, ID, driver's license, issuer, ID number, issue date, expiration date. Issuer, ID number, issue date, expire date. Sorry, my handwriting sucks. I know. Okay. Uh-oh. So let's move the paper over again. All right. The deed of trust. I have to flip this page over here so you guys can see. All right. So the deed of trust is an acknowledgement. How do we know it's an acknowledgement? Let's zoom in. Because we have the keyword acknowledged here. Okay. Oops, let's scroll out some. Zoom out, I mean. All right. So the deed of trust is an acknowledgement. We have the deed. Uh-oh. All right. We have here DOT mortgage. All right. So I can go ahead and, uh-oh, my pencil, hold on. Pencil doesn't want to work anymore. I'm going to line through mortgage. Oh, got to get another pencil. All right. I'm going to line through mortgage because that's not what it is. It's a DOT. And then here you have A for acknowledgement, J for jurat. I'm going to check A for acknowledgement next to DOT. And then we're going to continue on. So we have the deed of trust. We have the condominium rider. We have the occupancy and financial status affidavit, which you are going to notarize. So I'm going to flip it over. We have the signatures here. Then here we have a jurat. How do I know it's a jurat? Zoom in. Because I have the keyword subscribed and sworn to or affirmed. So that's how I know it's a jurat. So in my journal here, I have the occupancy affidavit. You guys can see. Occupancy affidavit is right here. And it's a jurat. So I'm going to check the box that says J. Oops. All right, let's keep going. We have the signature affidavit and AKA statement, which is another document we will have to notarize. And it is a jurat. How do I know? Because it says subscribed and sworn to or affirmed before me. So go back to my journal. Right. And here I have the signature name affidavit and it is a jurat. So I'm going to check the box J. Okay. Then we keep going through the documents. Okay. We have the limited power of attorney. That is also going to get notarized. Okay. Let's turn it over here. And it is an acknowledgement. How do I know? Because the keyword acknowledged is here. So back to my journal again. And we have the POA here. L for limited and D for durable. So I'm going to strike through this D because I don't have a durable. I have a limited power of attorney and it's an acknowledgement. So I'm going to check the A box. Right. Then let's keep going. The uniform residential loan application is not notarized. Let's see if I can move this back here. Right. There are some initial lines though at the bottom. Okay, we're going to keep turning the pages. We have the U.S. Patriot Act form. We're not notarizing that. Okay. And that's the last page. So we've completed our journal entry. All right. Journal entry is completed. We've checked off all the documents. We had a deed of trust, an occupancy affidavit, a limited power of attorney, and a signature name, AKA affidavit. Okay. Here, you will need to put where you were located during the notarization. So here, I'm going to put signed at Panera Bread, 1234 Wiley Road, and say Coral. Could you even see that? A Coral Square, Florida 33333. Okay, because I'm located in Florida. They're located in California, but they're vacationing. So that's where I signed. And then I did administer an oath for those jurats, right? Okay. Everybody has to sign. So we have Richard, and then we have witness 1, witness 2. Everybody signed because we had a principal signer and we had 2 witnesses. All right. And we are done with our journal entry. So let's go to the left. Okay, you did your notarization date and time. Okay, the fee for what? How many documents was it? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm just gonna put $40. All right, because it's $10. And then pay, and then I'm gonna put by check here. Okay, a reference number, you can use an order number, or you can use this to reference the other people that signed, because I didn't fill this out for them, right? So we got to complete these. This is why it's important when you're doing these that you look back at your journal. Make sure you got everything, because once you leave, you can't make any corrections. Okay. And 4/10/2024. I swear, this is why I'm happy I have the electronic journal, because I write terrible, guys. My writing is terrible. All right. That's for witness 1. This is for witness 2. Okay. And the witnesses signed the deed of trust. So acknowledgement was the deed of trust, right? Those are the only documents that they signed in this whole thing. Okay. Okay. And then here in my notes, I can put C entry number 2. C entry number 2. All right, because both of these belong to that entry. And then you have all of the witnesses' information. You have the signer, witness 1 and 2, witness 1 and 2 ID information, witness 1 and 2 signature. All right. And then if you're collecting thumbprints, then you're going to make sure you get thumbprints. All right. So I hope you guys were able to follow along with that. When you use the Modern Journal of Notarial Events, it does make it easier for loan signings. All right, because you're going to see a lot of the same documents. As of late, the lenders and title have been throwing in those extra documents that are not named here. But let's go through the names of what all these stand for. The book will give you the definitions, but I'm going to go over them with you right now. So you have, well, let's go to a clear copy. All right. So here we have our compliance agreement, our correction agreement. DOT stands for deed of trust. And then you have the mortgage. Let me move this up some. Then you have your deed, grant deed. QC is quit claim deed. W is warranty deed. Then you have your errors and omissions, your occupancy affidavit, your owner's affidavit, power of attorney, L for limited, D for durable. Then you have your proof of identity affidavit. You have your signature name affidavit, survey affidavit. You have a blank space here where you can write in a title of a document. You also have a blank space here and a blank space there. So you can write in titles of documents if you need to. Let's go to the next column here. You have your advanced health directive, your trust, irrevocable or living. Then you have your will. LWT stands for last will and testament or living. And then you have your SDB verification, which is safe deposit box for those states that notaries do that. Then you have your odometer vehicle identification number verification, title transfers. Okay. Other is for states like me in Florida. I can do copy certification. So they have AJC. C is copy certification. I can check that box and then I can write here the description of what I did a copy certification for. If you have any other document, if you used up all those free spaces right there, you can use this space as well to write in an additional document and check whether it's an acknowledgement or a jurat. All right. So I hope this was helpful. I hope that you guys can hear me. Reggie said that you could hear me. So that's cool. Don't forget that if you guys are interested in purchasing the journal, that you can absolutely go to Amazon and get it. Notary Rotary is, I think, the ones who created it. And there's a cool lady who's also a notary who created the privacy guard for different types of journals. And she has one for this journal as well. So hopefully that was helpful for you guys. I didn't see a lot of people get on today. This is why it's so difficult for me to help you guys and do this, because you guys, you don't really you don't really show up. You know, it's just really hard to set aside the time to dedicate to you when you don't show up. You know, so to me, it feels like this is not important. You know, you learning how to be a better notary, be successful like me, that's not really important to you. I hope that's not the case, but you know, that's kind of what I get when I get on here and you guys don't show. So, anywho, I'm gonna go because I'm tired. Like I said, I've had a long day. For the greater part of the day, I had nothing come up. And then as soon as the end of the day came, that's when the phone calls want to come in. So I'm like, ah. So yeah, so I'm tired. All right. So you guys have a good night. I will see you guys again next Wednesday. Um, Hope you had a good week. If you get a chance to watch the replay and you want to ask me some questions, you can drop them in the comments. Other than that, I'm out. Good night.